About to head out the door, wanted to show you my sock choice of the day. E.T., the extraterrestrial.
It is New Year's Eve. There's no names for these days. These are just those weird days that sit in between the holidays that we have names for the day before the holiday. We don't have an Easter Eve, right? There's no Easter Eve, although there is Good Friday, but that is different. We don't have Thanksgiving Eve. Okay, nobody celebrates Thanksgiving Eve where we have maybe like a small turkey or something. I don't know. I'm being ridiculous, I realize, but it's just funny to me how these two holidays are the only ones, and they're back to back, where we have an Eve. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And now that I think about it, I wonder how that started. I don't know. I'm sure there's some thought process behind it. I'm sure somebody thought of it. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason. If you know, put it in the comments below.
Adam in real life. Every day's an adventure, something new.
I'm just walking down my road, trying to get in some exercise. I try to walk, although it's not purposeful walk. I mean, I do walk a lot, but it's not purposeful walking. Now, I'm not going to go as far as saying I'm making a New Year's resolution. One, it's not the new year. Two, we'll talk about that in a video up ahead. My thoughts on New Year's resolutions in general. Not that they're bad. In the shade, it's cold. In the sun, it feels nice. It's about 33 degrees here today, I think, which for here is quite cold. I need some gloves. My hands are feeling a little numb. I've got an app that I'm going to try that I just got today. It's called Japanese Walking. For those of you who might be familiar with the method, I don't know anything about it. You walk 3 minutes fast, then 3 minutes at a slower pace, and you do that. You alternate that back and forth 10 times or 5 times for 30 minutes. So you walk for 30 minutes a day doing that 3 and 3. I'm just doing in the warm-up phase right now and talking. I'm probably not going to be able to record anything while I'm walking the fast. I'm going to be focusing on walking, but right now this is just the warm-up. The wind is really kicking up now. It's like I'm walking into the wind, so I'm actually getting the more of an exercise, the resistance exercise, right? Nature's resistance here. So it's going to do me some good. That's what I keep telling myself when I hear the voice that says, you should probably go inside. Your face is freezing. Your hands are freezing. No, I'm walking into the resistance, my friends. No pain. No pain. That's my motto. Yeah. I've completed my first 3 minutes of walk fast. Now I'm doing the 3 minutes of walk slow. Good news is it didn't kill me. Yeah, I've got, 4 more reps of that. I mean, I hate to sound like a wimp and say I don't know that I can do it. I mean, it's only 3 minutes of fast walking. I don't know. I don't think I've ever purposely walked that fast for an extended period of time. Not recently anyway. Maybe like being late for like an airport gate or something. It'd definitely be fast walking because I don't run. No, I don't run. And here's why I don't run. I can't keep my balance when I'm running for whatever reason. And I will eventually fall forward right on my face. I don't know if it's because I'm thinking that I'm going to fall on my face and that it eventually happens. I just know that it has happened. And as I'm running, I'm thinking that, how am I going to stop this thing without falling on my face? For those of you who have never experienced that fearful thought when you're running, you probably don't understand. But maybe some of you out there have had the same type of experience where running just gives you anxiety. And not to mention that I'm just not very good at it. I'm not fast. I've never been fast, never been a fast runner. It's like my body doesn't really know what to do with my legs. You know, you see people who run and, you know, they're just really good at it and they just run. And you think, well, I mean, how hard can it be, right? Just get one leg in front of the other, except faster. It's like walking, but faster. Maybe I'm just not all that good at walking, but because at a slower pace, it's harder to recognize. When you speed it up, maybe it, you know, it reveals the flaws in my gait. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Put a disclaimer.
The statements in this video have not been evaluated by anyone with a medical degree, clipboard, lab coat, or stethoscope. Not even that official-looking guy on TV who says Allegra might be right for you. Again, I am not a doctor. I do not play one on YouTube. I have never seen the inside of a medical school. However, I have spent enough time in emergency rooms to confirm that a significant number of people ahead of me are not experiencing actual emergencies, and recognizing that does not require a medical degree. I also have a pretty steady hand at the board game operation and a general idea where the appendix is located, although that particular skill set has not been called upon.
Got my walking shoes on. These shoes I got from Aldi for like about $8, and they are surprisingly comfortable. Finished my second fast walking. I just realized something, that I'm not good at fast walking either. I had the same thoughts of the same fear of falling. It's primarily because I'm not picking my feet up. I realize that, and I'm not exactly sure how to do that better. So I don't know. Practice makes perfect, I guess. But I've been walking a long time. You know, I've been walking many years now. So you think I'd have gotten it right by now. That's my third fast walk, and I don't know. I may call it today for 3. I know that sounds like 9 minutes of fast walking. How hard can that be? But when you haven't done any fast walking in a while, it seems like a lot. It's a lot. Something about this app that I noticed that it's not very helpful. It's supposed to be timing each interval, 3 fast, 3 slow, with a tone to let you know when to shift. It'd be nice to know every minute, so I could kind of gauge how much longer I have to endure with the fast walking. But also, if it's not in the front, if it's not the front app and the phone's not turned, if the screen's not on, the tone doesn't go off. So I can't be doing anything else. I can't be listening to anything else. So I don't think this app's gonna do. I mean, I've got the basics, 3 and 3, pretty easy to understand. I can just find 3-minute songs to listen to, and that'd probably be better. That way, at least I can enjoy a song or something while I'm trying not to fall. Okay, I did the 4th fast walk, and I had a thought that to anybody looking from the outside, anybody watching me do my fast walk, it probably looks like I'm somebody who is trying to get home, or at least to the nearest bathroom, so I don't wet myself, or worse. So maybe if I had that kind of motivation, maybe just go out when I have to use the restroom really badly, and don't go until I'm done with my walk. And maybe that will motivate me. Probably make it more painful, though. That's probably not a good idea. Again, refer to the disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. Oh, great. Now my watch comes up with, looks like you're working out. Record outdoor walk. Yeah, good job, watch. I'm almost finished. I'm walking at the executive airport near my house, and there's this old cargo plane it's been here since we've been here. I mean, obviously, it's not, it's not in operation. Never mind that it doesn't have any engines. It has no wings. And, it's probably been a while since it's been operational. Pretty cool, though. I'd like to go and look inside of it, but as this is restricted yeah, that's going to be a little difficult. Not to mention illegal. I did it. I realized it's not a major milestone for many of you, but for me, I didn't think I was going to. I thought after the third one I was going to stop, but I pressed through. Again, not a huge feat. I realize I'm not climbing, K2 or anything, but just to get up and get out and do it, and to think, it's not too bad. I'll do it tomorrow, instead of, forget this. Not too bad. So I think what I will need to do though is, I'll need to get some music timed to 3-minute songs. I think that'll make it easier. And I know I had one. I know there's apps that you can have it set the beat of songs, or find songs with the beat that you walk to help set your rate. So if any of you know what I'm talking about, tell me about that link, or tell me about that app. Put a link for it. Still having a hard time catching my breath a little bit. It's not just the exertion from the walking. I mean, it is cold out here, and I'm, sucking in freezing cold air. So, yeah, this is supposed to make me feel better throughout the day. We'll see. Might just exhaust me. I may need to go lay down. I'm not getting any younger, folks. And on that note, not to make light of that, a lot of you have heard by now that last week, Adam the Woo, a vlogger, a YouTube vlogger, he was found deceased in his home. Still, they haven't released the cause of death. He's 51 years old. He wasn't the epitome of health, but he just released a video last weekend, a day before he died. He looked okay. There was nothing that looked like he was, that he was going to die. And, just, is that part of the reason why I'm taking an interest in walking? Maybe subconsciously. I do try to take care of myself. I mean, I had heart surgery when I was 40. I had a mitral valve that, I had a murmur since I was a kid. And for those of you who don't know what a heart murmur is, it's a valve that allows, the valves are, like any valve, hydraulic valve or liquid valve, hydraulic valve, I guess that's the term. It's supposed to allow liquid to flow just one way and then stop it from coming back the other way. That's how your heart valves work. Blood flow one way. And in a murmur, the case of a murmur, the blood flows back the other way. And it was slight. And by the time I was 18, I was going to a cardiologist every year. My mom was taking me to a clinic where a doctor from Chicago, a children's cardiologist from Chicago, was coming and doing a free clinic every year. And he said when I was 18, he was no longer able to see me, but he said that it sounded better. It was getting better. Now, I didn't hear. I mean, I was 18, not really taking notes. And again, as I mentioned before, not a doctor. So, wasn't then either. I was supposed to go every 5 years to get it checked out. I hadn't gone for years. But around age 40, I started feeling like really out of breath going upstairs, especially 2 flights of stairs. Forget it. I had to stop. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. And I thought, I don't know, maybe that's normal, at 40. I've never been 40 before, so maybe that's normal. And I went and I got a physical. Doctor I'd never seen before, because I hadn't been to the doctor, except for like urgent care for things. But I hadn't been to the doctor for any specific thing. in a long time. And so she, doing the routine, listens to my heart, and she says, you have a heart murmur. And I wasn't surprised to hear that. I said, yeah, I mean, I've had it, I know. And she said, it's pretty significant. It concerns me. And I'm thinking, well, it's just her first time hearing it. So I wasn't too, worried about it. But she said, I want you to get an echocardiogram. Okay. So I went and I got the echocardiogram. And then, actually, I had the echocardiogram scheduled, not really thinking much of it. And the day before, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to this. I don't like tests. And so I called and I said, I'm going to cancel. And I said, oh, well, it's not 24 hours. We'll have to charge you $200. Well, that's a motivator. Like, all right, no, I'll come. So I went and got it. Yeah, and it's not invasive. Not, there's nothing. It's not painful. Well, I say that the guy, he was a little zealous with the ultrasound wand up under the rib cage. It's like he was mining for something. That was kind of painful. But other than that, not too bad. About, I don't know, a week or so later, I got a call. And they said, we have the results and you need to schedule an appointment with a cardiologist. Went to the cardiologist and he said, first thing he says, he comes in the door, not going to beat around the bush. You need surgery, and the sooner the better. I was like, wow, okay, that's. No, I'm not one for small talk much anyway. But, when you're at a doctor's office, you don't want to get, I don't know, maybe you do. Maybe you wanted to get right to it. So maybe that was the best way. Then he said this was interesting. He said, you don't need surgery. Don't worry. You don't need it immediate. In the next, I'd say 1 to 2, and I'm feeling in my head years, months. 1 to 2 months. That's pretty immediate to me. I got the surgery, and that was 17 years ago. So still going good. Doctor says I've seen the same cardiologist, and he said, he can still hear a slight murmur, but if he didn't know I had one, he never, he wouldn't suspect. He might not catch it. So that's how good the surgery went. So that's, and I'll another time I'll talk about, there's another story about the surgery. Maybe it was a heart issue for Adam, the other Adam, not this Adam, but Adam the Woo. Maybe it was something, maybe, it could have been something like that. My doctor had said that many mitral valve deterioration is a leading cause of heart failure that goes undiagnosed because people, they don't go to the doctor for it because they don't feel, it doesn't present with chest pains. It doesn't present with shortness of breath a lot. I mean, for me, the exertion of going up and down the stairs and whatnot, but there are healthy athletes. If you've probably heard stories about healthy athletes, in track, basketball, whatever, and they just fall down dead. And it's because their heart just gave out because they had a valve that was compromised that was causing their heart to just work hard over a period of time. And, the doctor was telling me that it's like any pump that you have, that it has a certain lifespan. And if you make that pump work harder, you are shortening its lifespan. It's still working. It still looks like it's working. Like if you had a pump for your pool or whatever, and it's working harder because your filters aren't being cleaned or whatever, you're not replacing the filters. you might not notice anything. It might not seem like anything's going on, but the pump is working harder and it will burn out sooner. And in the same way with your heart. Now, I'm not going into all of this to say, hey, maybe this is happening to you. Again, I'm not a doctor. So, I'm not giving out any medical advice. I'm just reflecting on this and thinking about Adam and, thinking about his channel and what he did. I was motivated a lot to start my channel by watching. He was one of the ones that I watched. I watched some other videos. I watched the Tim Tracker, who was really good friends with Adam. And, those guys really just inspired me to, just get out and record. But I think more where I've been recording things a lot, just going to different, going to bush gardens, going here, going there, but not really normal everyday stuff like today. And that's something that Adam the Woo did every day. I mean, he recorded literally every day of his life for the past 10 years. And you can go to his channel and you can check it out. You can basically follow along his life. And not every day is exciting. A lot of days he's just driving around in his golf cart around Celebration where he lived. Some days he'd go to Disney, SeaWorld, or wherever there in Orlando. Other times, nothing so exciting. Maybe a trip to the one of the antique malls or whatever. And that's kind of what I envisioned for this channel. What I wanted to do is kind of just be, my, Adam in real life. This is my life. And anyway, I'm going to endeavor to do more like that. I'm going to still be going to other places and, I'm going to Christmas Town this coming weekend. It's still going on until January 4th. And so still got that to look forward to. And just some other things in the near future. Got some things planned. But I want to be more just doing things every day. Just less editing. Not trying to, get this spot, get that. Just kind of put it out there and, like I'm doing, walking, talking, and just sharing. That is going to do it for me for today. I have said a lot, and I'm going to go inside and sit down. We'll talk to you later.